Okay, catching up with Mark in a Cambridge hotel room
Yeah.
between days at the Regatta Bar to talk a little bit about the Remedy.
Okay.
So, Mark, when was the first time you ever set foot in the Vanguard?
Set foot in the Vanguard?
Yeah, do you remember the first time you ever visited?
I don't remember that. It was probably, it's probably in the late 80s sometime.
Yeah?
Something like that would be my guess.
You went there to see who?
I don't even remember. I don't know.
You remember some early things you might have seen there? Some shows you...
Oh, I just don't remember. I
Yeah?
don't know. I've seen quite a few things. I don't remember which one was first.
Do you remember the first time you performed there?
Yeah, I might have been 99, maybe 98, something like that.
Yeah?
And it was my band, and Kurt was in the band.
Oh. He was telling me...
Jeff.
Ben and Jeff?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So what music did you perform then?
I played mostly my tunes.
The stuff that went on to be recorded at on Dharma Days?
Some of that, and some tunes from... There might have been one or two tunes. A lot of that stuff wasn't written, but I think a lot of it was on my two earlier records with the originals on it.
Uh-huh.
So, and some of Kurt's tunes that we all knew, since it was, the same band that Kurt had at the moment. So.
Going a little bit further back from that, do you remember the first time you met Kurt?
Yeah, I don't remember the moment or anything, but I think we met back at Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
So that was somewhere between 87 and 90, somewhere in there. So yeah, somewhere in there.
So did you guys used to play together? When you were at Berkeley,
Not
jam
really.
together? No.
Not so much. It wasn't until we were in New York that happened.
Uh-huh.
So and that was around 93, I think. So yeah, that I remember really well. It was a session in at Jorge's place. And there's a basement where there were sessions all the time. A lot of people from Berkeley moved over in that particular apartment building on 2nd Street. And we played. I think it was just, may have been a bass player, I'm not sure, or maybe it was just Kurt, myself, and Jorge. But anyway, we played, and that was it. Started playing with his band.
Did you belong to the small scene that Kurt was also part of?
Yeah, I mean, I did in the sense that I played with bands that played there, and obviously Kurt's band played there too. So yeah, I was involved in that as well.
People talk about the nearly telepathic interaction that you have with Kurt, musically speaking. Was that apparent from the first note you guys played together, or did that evolve over time, or?
Oh, I think it's probably both. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow at that point we were, and are, but definitely we were in a similar place. Sometimes we might not see each other for a while. Whatever. The band might not play for a few weeks or months or something. And it's funny. Sometimes we'd come back and we'd be practicing similar and sometimes the exact same things. It was kind of bizarre. And play them just totally out.
Wow.
And there's one time I remember we played at this place called Three of Cups, and we were playing this tune. I remember it might have been a standard, might have been one of those late 50s train tunes. I don't remember which one, but we kept playing, and then there was, the tune was starting to end, and we were playing an outro, and we just kept. I think we were soloing together, and then it just continued. And I don't know what, but it was the most, or at least one of the most, what's the word? I hate to use the word telepathic, but one of the most times I felt joined musically with someone else. You know, it's kind of, I wouldn't say an out-of-body experience, but kind of that point where when you're playing with someone and the music feels such that everyone feels really together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean tight in a professional sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But it felt like that, where, you know, you're playing, but there's so much intuition. It's the point where mystery and the known are coming together, where that dividing line becomes blurred, and it felt like that. Felt like a profound moment. I really enjoyed that. So, but other times too, but that was one particular moment. The other thing about it is that, you know, to me it was really about the four of us.
Yeah.
And that's what really made it happen.
Ben, Jeff,
and Kurt and myself. It was, you know, we were discovering things together, having many rehearsals at Kurt and Ben's place, and just playing and playing and playing, and then playing in smalls. And so, you know, it's really like it was like practicing, working out, playing, performing, and it probably felt maybe like the music may have felt, back in the day when, musicians, historically speaking, had, a gig at some place for 6 months, 4 or 5 sets a night and stuff like that. In a way, maybe it was, I can't say it was that much, but touching on that in the sense that we played a lot together. Yeah. So. Yeah.
You guys still get in and out of different projects that you participate in, like your project Fly with Larry and Jeff, and now Ben is back in Kurt's band,
right,
etc. And you are performing with Billy Hart, where Ben is also part of that project.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, cool. Even compositionally, there seems to be a large degree of similarities in approach between yourself and Kurt. Do you feel that also?
Yeah, no, there's an intersection point.
Mm-hmm.
There are points where there's tunes that have a lot of similar aspects, or can I say maybe a kindred aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think that's more like it.
Yeah.
So, and again, I think that's true of, I think that's why that quartet worked, because we were all thinking about similar things.
Yeah.
And a lot of it really intersected, so.
Yeah.
But yes, that's true about the tunes as well.
Yeah.
Certain tunes. Anyway.
Yeah. The group on the Remedy is a quintet with piano.
Correct.
How would you describe the difference in approach in that band versus, for instance, the original band that recorded The Next Step, for instance?
I'd say it's, the compositions are different. Actually, probably some of the tunes we're playing now, there may be 1 or 2 that were played with the original band, but most of the material was not played with that band. I'd say a lot of the tunes are more, maybe more programmed, if that makes sense. So, that affects the interaction of the band. A lot of it is playing parts. And also it's a quintet, so that affects the improvisational aspect and the space allowed for a cogent musical statement to happen, I think. In other words, you don't want everybody soloing necessarily.
Yeah.
Especially on these tunes, a lot of times, the melodies are very long, and then there's a solo section. Some of them have a solo section that's just part of the tune, for example, and another time is like that.
Yeah.
So, that's a pretty different paradigm than the other band.
Yeah.
The other band was a lot more room for improvising and playing. And this one is more, again, it's more programmed.
Yeah.
So.
For the particular week that the Remedy was recorded, Kurt brought in a bunch of new tunes, and at least as far as the music that winded up on the record, there was only 2 older tunes, which was Alive on Folds,
Right, that's true.
which was part of what you guys used to play in the original band,
Right.
and Myron's World, which is your composition.
Right.
Did you used to perform that also with the original band?
Myron's World, not really, no. I don't remember playing. We may have played it a few
Yeah.
times, but it wasn't something that was played often
Yeah.
in that band.
Yeah. Do you remember? I mean, those tunes that was recorded on the Remedy are not so much in the repertoire anymore. Any of those tunes?
That's true. I'd kind of like some of them to come back.
Yeah. Which ones are? Which ones are some of your favorite? You know, or some of the ones that you would like to see back?
Well, the Remedy would be nice.
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to play that again.
Yeah.
More. Flute. I just like that tune. That's
Mhm.
great. It'd be nice to play that one more.
Yeah.
Those are the first ones that come to mind.
Okay. Yeah, those. Kurt has a way of recycling some of his older material and bringing old songs in. And
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else you remember about that week, in particular? How
When
did you
the
feel
Remedy
about
was
recording?
You mean?
Yeah, when the Remedy was done, because
Mm.
was that the first time you did a live record at the Vanguard?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever done a live record at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
What was your feeling about stepping into that, knowing that one, you'd be performing all new music,
Mhm.
two, the whole aspect of the, the whole historical situation at the Vanguard? You remember some older recordings done at the Village Vanguard, live at the Village Vanguard, that were favorites of yours, perhaps?
Yeah, of course. There's Sonny's trio, the Vanguard. That's
Mm-hmm.
completely famous. Of course, Bill Evans,
Mm-hmm.
Train. All the greats. But those ones in particular.
Yeah.
I remember. Some other ones I'm not thinking of, but
Mm.
those are
Yeah.
probably some of the most well-known ones.
Yeah. I'm sure that history of all those great albums that was done there, also Joe's State of the Tenor,
Right, that's true.
you
Forgot about that. That it was done there. For some
yeah.
reason I thought it was somewhere else, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you even think about that, knowing that you were going to record live at the Village Vanguard?
I didn't.
Hmm.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah. Do you think about it now?
Not that much.
Hmm.
I really don't. It's not out of disrespect. It's just that, well, there's two things. One, we're playing this music now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what we're doing, and I'd rather just keep my mind on that.
Hmm.
Once it strays into other things, like, the ghosts of the past and all the greats of the past, I find for myself, I find myself, straying from my personal musical center.
Hmm.
I would have been distracted thinking about that.
Yeah.
So I just like to keep my mind right where it is. We're playing some music. This is a place to play. It's a room,
Mm-hmm.
and one that we feel comfortable in because we play there quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some mics, and we're reading some music, and we're just going to play some music now.
Mm.
So that's kind of my attitude about it.
It's funny because that's totally mirroring what Kurt was saying about it.
Mm.
That he also, he was mainly addressing the issue of being comfortable at the Vanguard.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. How did you actually get your first gig at the Vanguard? Because it's not necessarily easy.
I think, I was on Warner Brothers, and I think probably Susan Higginbotham
Mhm.
had come in to talk to Lorraine,
Mm.
and I seen many concerts there, and she'd seen me, and I think maybe, I keep thinking maybe I played there with someone else, but I don't think that was it.
Mm.
Maybe she'd seen me in some other situations or something like that. I don't remember all the details, but
Yeah.
and I also think that Lorraine is, part of it is just, I think Lorraine just likes who she likes,
Yeah.
which is a great aspect about
Yeah,
her.
absolutely.
She's real. And I think for some reason she just decided that she liked me. Probably has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because, there are many musicians that she could have asked to play there, or allowed to play there, and who are far superior than myself, but for some reason she decided to let me play there.
Mm.
So I think it's probably a combination of just Lorraine and being in the right place at the right time.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. You have such an incredible busy schedule. You might not even have had time to listen to the album yet.
Mm. I still haven't. I've only heard little bits of
yeah.
it. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to it yet.
Oh man.
So I will though.
Yeah.
When I get home and I get a chance to just chill.
Yeah, it's not atypical.
Hmm?
It's not atypical. I find that a lot of musicians never get time to listen to their own output very much.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. That's true.
Yeah.
So I will though. I want to. I'm curious.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear. You know, I think it'd be nice to hear Kurt's music, and the spark of one of his bands caught in a live situation.
Mm.
I think that would be, I think that's particularly special, and probably will catch something that isn't quite translated to CD.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Especially extended solos and certain things that can't necessarily happen, or at least let's say don't happen in today's recorded music.
Yeah.
Did in the past, but not so much now. So.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty special to be able to have a double live album out in today's day and age.
Absolutely.
Your intro on Myron's World is absolutely just incredible.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hear it and say, "That sucks."
I don't think so. I guess that's about it, Mark. What are some of the other bands that you perform with at the Vanguard these days? You perform there a lot.
I guess I'm there, maybe with Kurt once or twice a year, and then with Billy Hart's band once, or twice a year sometimes. I guess maybe once or twice. Then Fly plays there sometimes. Now I don't think we're going to do it anymore. Let's see, there must have been some other band I was... Oh yeah, Paul Motion, a few times. Is that it? Maybe there's something else. Now I'm going to be doing Adam Rogers.
Oh yeah.
So, it ends up being like maybe 3 times, maybe 4 at the very most a year, probably.
That's almost a month a year spent at the Vanguard, though.
A month a year at the Vanguard. Well, I guess so.
That's pretty cool. When are we going to see your own band at the Vanguard?
I don't know. Maybe when my kids are out of college or out of high school.
Or maybe when...
at some point soon.
Yeah, you have
It's
any...
getting closer.
Yeah?
At the Vanguard or someplace,
Yeah.
I'll pull myself together. It's getting close now, so I just don't want to rush this time.
Yeah.
I've got work, I'm playing music that I want to play, and I feel, what's good is that at least for me, now we're talking about me, which shouldn't really happen, but I'll just say quickly.
No, that's cool.
My motivation is not so much to get out there and have my face out there, it's just more or less to have play music that I want to play more often. And if it requires me to have a band, then so be it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just, playing some of my compositions, trying some things that I wouldn't otherwise get to try.
Yeah.
It's a pretty practical reason for doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whether it's at the Vanguard or some other place, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Cool. Mark, thanks a lot.
Sure. My pleasure.